So very welcome in today's session and welcome to the foundational session that how do you prepare for UPSC? That is the objective. So before starting, I just want to tell you that all of you, if you are targeting UPSC examination, civil service examination in the coming months or years, then what should be the approach? Now before going ahead, I want to tell something about myself. I'm Pramod Singh, I'm the director of Edge IAS. Our institute has been operating for almost more than a decade. And personally, I have been mentoring aspirants from more than a decade. And I have given 3 mains, 2 interviews when I was an aspirant. And in the last few years, a lot of students who have been mentored by me and my team have made it to the services. Last year, rank 4, Smriti Mishra, she was my classroom student. Rank 163, Apurva was a classroom student. Nadia Abdul Rashid, she was classroom student. This year also, we have results like rank 5 Ruhani, and we operate from old Rajendra Nagar, Delhi, which is the Makkah of UPSC preparation. Now, before starting this journey, now one thing that you should ask yourself, and that question is that what it takes to be in that list. That list, the list that came few days ago, which had more than 2,800 people who got interview call. Now, the same you will get another list in probably in April where you have a list of 1,000 people who will get selected. And what it takes to be there, what kind of foundational approach is needed. Now I'm telling by my own experience that students who crack it, they have something different. Or are they different? The answer is no. It's just that they are doing things in a very different way, smarter way, understanding the requirements of the competition and thereby tailoring the preparation as per the needs of the examination. Now, before starting, I just want to thank you for coming. I just want to take the name of the students: Aman, Abhiman, Badri, Gana Guru, Jitendra, Jyotsna, Kumar, Jeet, Mohit, Pratibha, Priti, Samya, Saranya, Savarna, Sharmi, then Ujjwal, Tiksha Jain, Khushi, Zeenat, all of you. Thank you for coming to the session. And I will just require half hour of your session time, and there I'll be discussing. Now, first of all, there is very common approach where aspirants tell that if I want to crack, my foundation has to be good. Now, I'll tell by my own experience. Today also more than 90% people in old Rajendra Nagar, which is an offline, because we are an offline based institute where we also provide the online courses. So here also more than 90% people who are preparing for the examination, their basics and foundations are not ready. And the reason is that somewhere they have just followed a strategy which is commonly discussed. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is same. There are people who are good. Now, let's say you are a person who has good command over language. You have your basics are ready. In 10th and 12th, you have done your basics thoroughly. Now, if you want to prepare for UPSC, again, you have to make sure that basics are checked whether it is ready or not. Now, why? What approach has to be there? Now, first thing first. Now, if you want to develop a foundation, you need to ask yourself that why do you want to get into services? Now, there has to be fire in the belly. You have to invest. First, why has to be clear. Why do you want to prepare for the examination? Do you want a good government job? Do you want a job which gives you opportunity to learn, grow, eventually make a difference? Do you want a journey, a job which takes you places? Do you want a job which gives you a lot of respect and recognition? There are people who have a lot of money. Let's say a very rich person comes and that person is of 1,000 crore worth. Now that person, if he or she goes to the office of an IS officer, that person has to wait for a person, because the IS officer or IPS officer or IRS officer, these are the people who are deciding. Maybe they are the decision making, they are implementing the schemes, and they become very important. There are 6,000 plus IS officers in India, and these are people who are running the show of the country of more than 140 crore. Now, question comes that is it a hyperbole? Or maybe we're just like Instagram reel where everybody is like, okay, IS, you become an IS officer, to ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. Well, what it takes to reach there, that is a question. And believe me, more than 90% people, they are not in the competition. So we have around, let's say 5 lakh people who appear for the examination, around 4.5 lakh, 4.5 to 5 lakh. In this, 90% people are not even ready for the competition. Their foundations are not ready. The basics are not ready. They are not in the competition itself. Now, question comes that where do you stand? Now, first of all, why do you want to get into services? Why do you want to crack the examination? The next question that you should be asking, and now before I head, I just want to ask this question. Now, how many of you want to become IAS officer or IPS officer or IRS officer? Just raise your hand. Quickly, raise your hand. I want to see your hands. How many of you want to become IAS officers, IPS officer, IRS officers, or do you want, a class 1 officer through civil service examination? Raise your hand. I want to see. Only 2 hands are raised. What about others? What about others? Only 8 people. We have more than 25 people in the class. Only 8 people. What about others? You don't want to become an IAS officer? You don't want to get a good government job? 11. Still 14 are missing. Yes. Now question comes that it becomes very easy. You want to become an IAS officer. Well, moment you ask this question, now the next question, you're not asking the right question. Mostly aspirants, they join a coaching or they start randomly they start following things. Don't do it. Avoid it. First, do the meta preparation. So before preparation, do the meta preparation. What is meta preparation? I always tell, do the meta preparation. Now, what is meta preparation? Meta preparation is where it is like preparation of preparation. Preparation of preparation. So how do I prepare? What should I do? What should be the approach? Now, is that approach working for me? Because there are 2 things. What should I do? Now, when you ask this question, what should I do? Everybody will follow the same thing. No. You need to assess where you stand. We have in our institute, we have more than 400 students who are enrolled. And I'll tell you, there are people who get selected and the people who do not get selected. And I'm talking about the equally hardworking people. The difference is about right strategy, right planning. The difference is about knowing what works for me. Difference is about developing a process which is suitable for you. Because preparation is very personalized. Your preparation is very personalized. It has to be as per your requirement. Now, first of all, why IAS officer? That's the first question. Now, the moment you have the answer, and I'm assuming that all of you have very strong positive intent to crack the examination. Now, the next question I should be asking, and I want to ask again, everybody is audible? Are you there? Everybody is able to understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to communicate the entire thing in English. But I hope if there is somebody from Hindi also, I hope they are able to understand. Okay. Now, before going ahead, I want to share a good news. More than 25 students who have been mentored by me and my team have got interview call in the examination. More than 25 students. And majority of them were maybe in the foundation program or were in the mains guidance program or or the prelims guidance program, essay program. And the reason why they get, and today I have the list of the students who have got in the interview call. Now, among those, I personally believe that more than 15 people will get into the services. That is my personal experience, and based on their preparation, I can tell. That number can go up also depending on how they perform in the interview. But a question that you should be asking, that what they have done separately or extra or differently from others, that is why they have reached that stage. Okay, the journey is of 2 years. Now, let's say you want to crack in the first attempt. Is it possible? Is it unthinkable? The answer is no. It is thinkable. Now, very few people will think of it. Arey, it is too tough. Prelims nahi niklega. Mains is too tough. The problem is that you're not investing your effort properly. This exam is about, there are 2 things that you require. This exam is about knowing India. First step. So when you try to understand the syllabus examination, this exam is about knowing India. The second thing, this exam is about skill. Now, skill, maybe reading skill, writing skill, and of course, the verbal skill, the interview skill, the communication skill. Now, when you look at this, these are skills I'm looking at: communication skill, writing skill, and reading skill. Now, 15,000 plus people, they cracked prelims. They cracked prelims and they gave mains examination. And out of this, around 2,900 people got interview call. that is PT, personality test. Out of this, maybe 1100 will get selected. Now question comes, what I should do to reach here? What I should do to reach here? What I should do to reach here? I gave 3 attempts. In all the 3 attempts, I gave attempt of UPSC in 2010, 2011 and 2015. These are 3 attempts which I gave. This is the extra attempt UPSC gave because the age limit was, sorry. Audible, right? Yeah. Okay. Now question comes that, what is the requirement of the examination? This exam is about knowing India. The question comes, how many of you have really tried to understand India? Understand India's economy, polity, history, geography, environment, where India is, what kind of country we want to make. It is about past and about developing the future of the country. So moment you try to understand that what is India, because you all will have to serve the country in the next 30-35 years when you get selected. So the UPSC wants to know whether you know India and do you have the requisite skill to crack the examination. And the requisite skill is about, can you read properly? Because every time when you study, you will read. Do you have a reading skill which will help you to cover the syllabus in a time-bound manner? Do you have a writing skill? Writing skill. Can you communicate 150 words in 7.5 minutes? Can you write 1000-word essay in 1.5 hours? Can you write 4000 words in 3 hours? And the real answer is that none of us, majority people are not able to do that. Majority people don't know how to write. Even here in old Rajendra in Delhi, because we are regularly meeting the aspirants, when the prelims crack, we have a mains guidance program. Hundreds of students, they enroll for the program. But hardly 20% people are actually ready for the examination. 80%, even in the prelims, they are eliminated. And the reason is that they have not invested in the right area. And your reason, the first 2-3 years are the best years for you to crack the examination. After 3 year, 2 year or 3 year, the monotony comes in and your ability to crack the examination will come down. And you start looking for option B, plan this, plan B, should I go for other examination? And you diverge on the path, on some other path. So in the crucial 1 year or 2 year will decide your success, because in the crucial starting 1 or 2 year, you should see some light that, okay, some kind of positive belief that you are going to crack the examination. Then only you are able to sustain it. But the problem is that you have not understood the requirements of examination. You just go and see some toppers video, you find some here and there. Now those, mostly the toppers also, not all of them are speaking the right thing. They try to maybe make the competition look big. They try to, say things which is not true many a times. They try to tell the journey of the, in a journey in a different way. Not all, many of them, I would say. Almost every topper, no, but yes, but if the people who have got selected, who are in the list, who are toppers, they definitely have done these hard work and these skills they have attained. Now question comes that, do you have any of these skills? Do you know India? Do you know how to write? Can you write 250 words, 300 words in 10 minutes? What is your reading speed? Can you read something? Do you have a reading speed of 200 to 250 words per minute? The answer is no. So what should I do? First, I should develop skill. A very good example I would tell you. Now, people who are doing good in life, what extra they have, unique they have, which others don't have. Two person at equal level in terms of education, one person has become very rich and successful and others have not. The people who become rich or successful probably have the right skill, they have invested it. Of course, there is a luck. But are you investing enough in the skill? Because that is the core of the preparation. Are you able to understand what I'm saying, guys? Are you able to understand? Now, Preeti is asking, how do you read NCERT? Yes, I'll come to that, Preeti. I'll come to that. Are we at the same page? Everybody is able to understand what I'm saying? Now, first of all, remember, at macro level, you have to develop skills. Reading skill, writing skill. Now, here comes the approach. How do I develop my foundation? So, Neev means foundation. Neev is a Hindi word which means foundation. Now, here what I say, I always tell my aspirant that there should be NCERT based learning. NBL. Now question comes that, how should I read NCERT? But before the question that you asked, Preet asked that how to read NCERT. The first question is that what NCERT? First of all, why NCERT? Which NCERTs? How much am I supposed to read? And then you come to the question that how I should read NCERT. There are, from 6 to 12, there are 55 plus NCERTs are there. From this, if you see the UPS, the NCERTs, from 6 to 12, there are more than 55 plus NCERTs. Do I have to suppose to read all of them? Answer is no. Do I have to read only few ones? The answer is yes. I have to read the important NCERTs. These NCERTs will decide the future. So NCERT based learning is what you are supposed to follow in the beginning as a beginner. Again, there are 3 pillars or foundational pillars which I always advise. Now you can go to anybody, any IAS officer, any IPS officer, any topper, it does not matter. They do not see, we are mentoring on a daily basis. Somebody who got selected, and most of them have not seen failures. The people who have seen failures probably are the better people to tell you how things will work and how they will not work. The person who got selected in the first attempt probably don't even know what the struggle is. Yes, there are people who cracked in 4th attempt or 5th attempt. There are people who failed. There are good teachers, in spite of all the skill, they are not in the services. They are the better people. So you should be asking, do you have the skill? Do you have the patience, discipline to invest for next 2 years of your life? Can you invest next 12 to 15 months properly in the preparation process? And if you're really up for it, then you should listen to my advice. Again, I'm not saying that my advice is 100% foolproof, but yes, it is workable. It is based on the experience that I have seen, in the journey of UPSC. So first of all, I was an aspirant. I gave 3 attempts, 3 mains, 2 interviews. So first is my experience. My students who are consistently cracking the exam every year. So NCERTs have to be understood. So in the 3 pillars, in the NEEV, I always tell, NEEV is NCERT based learning, NBL. So again, there are 3 pillars. The first is, of course, as I mentioned, NCERT. Now, why NCERT? The first question. Second is, which NCERTs? The third question is, how to read the NCERTs. The second is familiarity with current affairs. Very important. Familiarity with current affairs. And third is a writing skill. Now, this has to be developed, and these 3 pillars, if you are able to do in the starting first 3 to 6 months, it will make huge difference to preparation because it is more step by step. Invest 3 months in building your base. Now, if you have less time, if you have a time of 6 to 8 hours every day, then 3 months is sufficient. If you're investing 3 to 4 hours per day, it will go to 6 months. And these are questions that you should be asking. So as an mentor, I want to tell you. Now first tell me, whatever I have discussed so far, is it clear or not? Any questions anybody has? Mohit is saying, sir, can you please slow down your vocal speed a bit? NCERT book, just one, share it with me. Ek NCERT book leke aana. Okay, which NCERTs? Yes. Everybody, are you able to understand beta? Which are few NCERT? I am going to discuss everybody. I am also engineering student beta. I am also engineering student. NCERT book, ये नहीं. NCERT की book लेके आओ. हाँ. Any NCERT, pick 2 NCERTs from there. Yeah. Now, before starting, how much time preparation? I'll take. Just give me 20 minutes. After that, next 20 minutes, I'll take your doubts. Okay, just give me 20 minutes. Listen to me. I know you have a lot of queries. First, listen. That is the first rule of preparation. Listen. Ask right questions. And then I'll answer them in the right way. Do I have your patience here? Yeah. Any suggestions for college enrolled? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Badri. Thanks. So, first of all, why NCERT? NCERT is a base building, and mostly people come from varied background, and even let's say you come from science background. So NCERT will help your foundation. I have NCERTs also, I'll show it to you. So these are NCERTs will help very much because you will transition to the preparation in a much effective way. Then why no question asked? Only 11th and 12th. Which NCERT? 11th and 12th NCERT. Now some people will ask me, so should I read 6th to 10th? If you can, if you have time. If you're targeting 26, go with 11, 12 directly. If you're targeting 27, you have time, then you can read the 9, 10th NCERTs also. But normally 9, 10th NCERT is repeating in class 11, 12. So it is better to go for 11th onwards because 9, 10th NCERT you have already studied. The stream changes from 11th. So if you're a science student, you have not studied the humanities subject. If you're a science student, you have not studied the humanities subject, history, polity, economy, geography. And if you're an economy student, maybe you have not read history. If you're a history student, maybe you have not read science NCERT. So what you need to do is that you just follow 11th and 12th NCERT and majority of them, and there are total 15 NCERTs I'm going to suggest, only 15 NCERTs. The third is how to read NCERT, that is the next question. Now I'll show you some list of NCERTs also, and that will give you a better idea. And don't worry, now these are the list of important NCERTs I'm sharing with you, only 11, 12. Only 11, 12. So in geography, we have 4 NCERTs. In history, we have 7 NCERTs. In economy, we have 2 NCERTs. And in polity, we have 2 NCERTs, polity and IR. So these NCERTs will suffice. Now in example, geography and history, they will also cover more than 70% of your CSC syllabus also. Almost 75%. Just read NCERTs. For history, geography, you can rely entirely on NCERTs. Beyond NCERTs, some validation is needed. You have to give tests. You have to maybe, if you are joined a coaching, then classroom notes will help. But in economy, polity, you have to read just 4 NCERTs. Just 4. And if you find 11, 12 difficult, then go to 9, 10. That is my advice. If you are able to understand 11th and 12th NCERT, without any problem, little hard work, struggle will be there, but then you should go only these 15 NCERTs. Stick to my advice, it is going to work very effectively. So this question is clear. Why NCERT? Because base building, it will help to transition to the new subject very easily. It is a great level playing field, everybody comes to the same level. And let's say you have a basic gap in a subject, you are not able to understand in the beginning. That gap is addressed by NCERT. Okay, the next question is how NCERTs? How? Okay, first of all, remember, you have to use NCERTs. You have to use NCERTs to solve conceptual questions of prelims, and you have to write effective answers for mains. Now this is the requirement. So NCERTs have to be read at least 3 to 4 times minimum, because we have, when you want to write, when you want to solve conceptual questions, and questions are not direct, they are between the lines, they are derived, they are implied. So here this is possible only when there is a good understanding of subject and there is an active recall also. You have to recall also that this I have read and I can do that. Actively, when I am solving the MCQ, I have read NCERT, I am able to apply the concept and use it. Similarly, for writing, you need to have a good understanding of the subject and you should be able to write in your own language. That is the requirement. The good thing about these NCERTs are that these NCERTs are very good, very conceptual, very easy language, easy to understand. Now see this, the diagrams are there, images are there, stories are there. So it becomes very easy for you to read them. In fact, I would say it is one of the best way. Many a time students don't realize the importance of this book because these books have been written in a very meticulous manner, very effective manner, they will not flood with information. They will get you a very good conceptual understanding of the subject. Okay. So I always advise that when you're reading NCERT, at least 3 times reading is needed. Okay, 3 reading approach I advise. You can read 4 times also, but minimum 3 to 4 times is needed. If you don't read 3 to 4 times, believe me, it will not work. Majority people, what they do, they study NCERT for one time and they assume they have understood. They assume that they are good with NCERTs. That is the most commonest mistake majority people is making. And people who read NCERTs, they have to be thorough in there. Threadbare analysis of the topic should be there. The first thing. Second is always link with syllabus. Now this is very important. Don't randomly study. Link with syllabus. 11th, 12th NCERT and link with syllabus. There are total 15 NCERTs. There are 4 subjects. What are the 4 subjects? Polity, economy, history and geography. Now remember, these are 4 foundational subjects. They cover 2/3 of the syllabus also. They cover more than 2/3 of the syllabus. So these are 4 foundational subjects. In our coaching also, it takes around 550 to 600 hours to complete them. And when these subjects are ready, then the other one, environment, extension of geography, science and tech, again, current based science and tech has to be studied. And then the main subject get added. So 3 times reading minimum and link with syllabus. Whenever you're reading a topic, now let's say I pick this topic. This is the topic. This is a NCERT class 10th. And NCERT's name is Understanding Economic Development. Now, when you try to look at the topic, there are total 5 chapters here. First chapter is development. Second chapter is sectors of Indian economy. Third chapter is money and credit. Fourth chapter is globalization and the Indian economy. Fifth chapter is consumer right. Now, when you look at the syllabus, the first 4 chapters are very relevant. In fact, this year in prelims, 2 questions came from sectors of Indian economy. Conceptual questions. It was not mentioned in NCERT, but this will help you in a derived way to solve the complex question. Okay. Apart from this, science and NCERT avoid it because it will not give you benefit. Sociology NCERT selectively few chapters can be read. Other politics, India since independence, it helps in PIC, again selectively few chapters. But they are not very, cost benefit analysis is very low. You might have to read 10 NCERT, you'll get 1 question. But in these NCERTs, you get maximum questions. They cover 90% of the requirement for UPSC examination. Now remember, you are a person who has to crack the examination. Be very selective, be very clear, and be very effective in your approach. Don't study everything, study less, study more of less and less. That is the requirement. And this is the most common mistake people do it. So when you read these NCERTs, now 3 reading approach. Till here everything is clear, guys? Tell me. Everything is clear? Everything is clear? Do I make sense, Mohit? Aman? Right. Just 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes. Okay. Now, first reading, like a novel. Read like a novel. Pick this book, read like a novel. Don't make any notes, just read one by one. Pick the book and read like a novel. Because the moment you pick the book and start reading like a novel, you do not making notes. Okay, read it. Don't make notes, just read properly. Be very thorough while reading. Don't try to make notes in the beginning. That's the most common mistake. Don't do it. Then you go for second reading, because after first reading, basic idea is there. First reading has to be there just to familiarize you from the subject or topic which is new for you. Don't start every line like read and then you say, okay, this is important or not. No, don't ask that question. Then you go for second reading. In second reading should be detailed and in-depth. Detailed and in-depth. Okay. Now here highlight the key points. In the beginning you will face some problem because you have a feeling that, okay, should I highlight the entire book? No. Concepts, keywords, important examples, key points, that's all. Wherever there is a story and that Bol Bachchan is there, avoid it. Okay, because moment you read it, you will be able to understand this is relevant, this is less relevant. And this will take Huge amount of time. This is a time consuming process. You can go with chapter by chapter or book by book also. And third reading, the third reading is where you make whatever you have highlighted, make a summary of that. So summary of your whatever you've read. The good thing is that, for example, in our institute, we provide NCERT based notes for economy, polity, history. So basic NCERT notes are also given. But don't read before reading the book. Read at least 2-3 times, and if possible, you can make your own notes. If you can't make notes, at least read 2 times, 3 times, and then maybe you can pick it from, pick a material where NCERT based notes are there. We'll provide you if needed. So this is the free reading approach. It will take some time, invest it. Remember, it's an investment. Many of my students, last 2-3 years, I'm telling those people who cracked other examination. There are a lot of other examination also. Let's say you're going for JNU examination or you're going for some other competitive examination. Again, these NCERTs come very handy because conceptually you are sound in basic subjects. Okay. So these are 3 NCERTs. Yes, we'll share the PDF. One more thing, guys, just listen. My team will contact you. We'll share the PDF list of important NCERTs, and we'll be sharing other information also. And we'll make a separate Telegram group for your for inputs and help. Okay, don't worry. Now, question comes. So this is the NCERTs I'm saying. Class 11th and 12th NCERTs have to be read. These are 11th, 12th Indian economic development, macroeconomics, and then contemporary world politics, Indian constitution at work. Then in geography, fundamentals of physical geography, fundamentals of human geography, India physical environment, India people and economy. 4 books. Then in history, start with old and then come to new. Old NCERT, ancient India, R.S. Sharma, middle India, Satish Chandra, modern India, Bipin Chandra. Then themes, Indian history 1, 2, 3. This is 3 book, ancient, medieval, modern. Then class 11th NCERT, introduction to fine art. These are 7 NCERTs that have to be read. In fact, these 2 sections, geography, history, they cover majority part of your syllabus also. So you don't have to look much beyond this. Okay. So that is the first step. Read NCERT, link with syllabus. So now NCERT, link with syllabus. Don't study random. Always link with syllabus. The moment you find. Now remember, there are 2 kinds of syllabus. One syllabus is basic syllabus that UPSC gives. Now we will provide you detailed syllabus where there is a topic wise segregation of the syllabus also. So go with this detailed syllabus. Don't go with the syllabus UPSC has given because that syllabus is very pointers, 2 point. So detailed syllabus will provide you, don't worry. Then the second is after linking with syllabus, the detailed syllabus, then what do you do? Your 3 times readings, that means NCERT based learning will there. So NCERT based learning, then NCERT based notes, and then comes a very crucial part, and that is evaluation. To check whether you have understood or not, and that is where NCERT based comes into picture. Now these are very important. Now for example, we have more than 1,000 questions for the same only. We have prepared 1,000 questions for NCERT based test. Now they will help you subject, book wise, chapter wise, notes, questions have been created. Now that is where in all these maybe 15 NCERTs you can solve these 1,000 questions. Now this will make sure your notes are thorough, your revision is thorough, because you will solve, you'll get answers, good score only if you have given tests. Now this is the most, again, a second common mistake which people do. You are not giving enough, you're not solving enough mocks, not enough tests. This is the most common mistake, and I want to share something with you. Okay, I want to share something with you. For example, okay. So, for example, we come with the concept of NEEV. Now, this is my institute's website. Now, we have NCERT-based notes, 350 hours of NCERT-based lectures, and now there are basically NCERTs, why NCERTs, all of that. And here we have all important NCERTs are covered with 350 hours of hours of learning. There are weekly live mentoring sessions, how to read them. NCERT-based notes are also given. And it's a 3-4 month structured program. Now these are the mentors, all of them have given interview or selected. Now these are a success story, rank 4, rank 5, okay, Rajan Bishnoi, all these are there. And when you go through that, the good part of this NCERT is that you are going to get this at a very at a very nominal price, 24-hour, only 999. Though this course I have it is only for 24 hours, but the course that we have designed is for 5,000 because it's a recorded lectures, NCERT based test. So it's complete package. So that will help you. Even if reading NCERT, go and give tests, see whether you have read and understood or not. So that is where I want to tell you all, don't do random. Fortunately, today things are available at a relatively lower price. So if you think that you can't join a traditional coaching and study a proper way, maybe give sub-test, get NCERT based notes. That is something can be understood. So these are things that I want to tell you as an aspirant, and this is for 26 attempt, 27 attempt mainly, everybody. Now before going ahead, once you are due, now what's the second step? So phase 1 of preparation is NCERT. Now that is the phase 1 completed. NCERT based learning that I discussed. The phase 2 of preparation should be done after 3 to 6 months, and that is where you have syllabi completion. You complete the syllabus in the next 8 months, 10 months. This is the 8, 10 months, 8, 9 months. This is 3 to 6 months, 3 months, let's say. And then again, the phase 3 of preparation should be converging everything that you've read, and this phase is called consolidation and revision. So these are 3 preparation phases I usually advise. Don't study random, don't do coaching, don't study. Okay, fair enough. Today things are available, but don't do random. Be very clear that how I should do. There has to be a roadmap of preparation also. Now these are 3 phase approach of preparation is there, and when you follow these, okay, the most important part of the NCERT is not only just reading them but solving questions. And again you have to invest in writing also. So there should be NCERT based tests for mains also. Read NCERT, write, solve questions from basic NCERTs. And what you do, once your NCERTs are ready, once your basic is ready, then link the NCERTs with previous year questions. Now that will help you to filter better. In the beginning, you will find it difficult, but once your basic NCERTs are read, then start with linking with previous year questions, PYQs. Now that will help you, and believe me, every year 8 to 10 questions in prelims area you get directly from NCERT. Some 12 to 15 questions are used in a derived form, not direct, but in a derived form. So technically 25-30% of your syllabus for prelims also can be because history, geography majority you get from NCERT. Economy, polity you get conceptual questions. So they cover major part of your understanding. Also, after reading NCERT, you can read newspapers also, because it helps you to develop the basics of economy, basics of geography, basics of polity. That is there. Okay, so these things are there, and I want to, for 2025 NCERT is too early, I would not advise, and this is how it is. Okay, so I'll stop now here. I have taken language is easy, yes. Okay, any suggestions for college enrolled student, how much time they give? Okay, as far as time is concerned, I would say that if you're targeting, you should give 3 to 4 hours minimum. If you're preparing for UPSC, minimum 3 to 4 hours. And do consistently. If you get 7 to 8 hours, 3 to 4 hours every day for 6 month NCERT base foundation is there, and then you switch to the advanced program. And if you really want, you can, my team will reach out to you, will help you with this PDF, and I hope you got some basic understanding. This is only how to start and how to cover your basics. For advanced, we'll have a separate session. If needed, we'll have a separate session, but let's focus on the basics now. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay. How to opt for optional, Tanisha, for that we need to have a separate session. Okay, for that we need to have a separate session. What I'll do is that my team will connect with you, just give the feedback of the session and tell what you need, so that we can have a follow-up session for you people as well. It is a free session, you can take advantage of that. Okay, so these 15 NCERTs, read all chapters, link with syllabus. Don't read all, link with syllabus. I will tell you chapters also. For example, in polity, class 11th, 1 to 10 all. In macroeconomics class 12, chapter 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6, 4 can be skipped. In class 10th NCERT, in understanding economic development, 1, 2, 3, 4 can be read. In class 11th NCERT, Indian economic development, chapter 1 to 6, then 7, you can skip 3-4 chapters. So selectively also can be there. Yes, Vittal will provide detailed syllabus also. My team will connect with you tomorrow on Monday. Tomorrow they'll call you, reach out to you, because we have your data. You are a registered student, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and patience. And believe me, Lakshmikant can be read after your basic NCERTs are ready, and NCERTs are foundational program. You can read Lakshmikant after reading NCERTs. That is what I would advise. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. Just listen to my advice. Don't join my coaching. Don't join any course, but listen to my advice. See, we are here to guide you. I don't want that you miss your path just because somebody took a random advice. Don't take a random advice. We are professionals in this process, dealing day in day out with students. Okay, so that is all for you. Thank you very much. You can go, and in this there is a new foundation on the Edge IAS website. You can go in the courses. This is the foundation program. You can check also, and if you feel it is a very token amount, but it will help you to navigate your journey in a much effective manner. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you. If you want to be among the list of toppers, first follow and ask yourself the right question, right answer, right approach. Every approach is workable only if it is directed towards examination. And students who get selected, they are asking right questions. They are very calculative. So be calculative, be meticulous, rest will follow. God bless you. Take care. And thanks for your patience and discipline. Bye.